Hello, Bio20. Welcome to the video on the carbon and oxygen cycle. We're going to get started. Again, please look through the notes provided to you in the fill in the blanks that I filled in for you to just get some general understanding of the carbon and oxygen cycle prior to doing your drawing. Here is what we are going to draw today. We have a sun, a factory with a cloud coming out of it on a hill, and then a ground. Now, we're going to talk today about the carbon-oxygen cycle, and what I'm not really going to get a chance to speak to you about is what we call the slow cycle of carbon. The slow cycle of carbon happens due to what we call carbon sinks, forests and the ocean. They hold the most carbon in the world. And when you cut trees down, for example, clear-cut trees, you release a ton of carbon into the atmosphere. Same with as we are see upheaval into the ocean, we're going to release a lot of carbon through the process of that process in the form of methane. Now, what you're going to see on my drawing today is the fast cycle of carbon. How is carbon being released into the atmosphere quickly and brought back and utilized in other ways? So you'll notice I have a legend on the side. Each of those lines represents something. So if it's a long dashed line, it means I'm going through the process of photosynthesis. If it's small dotted lines, it means cellular respiration. A combination of those two means combustion. If my lines are red, it means I'm talking about carbon. And if my lines are blue, I'm talking about oxygen. So now I present to you the carbon-oxygen cycle. Here you can see I have a couple animals, a lovely little wolf and a beautiful little bunny that is about the same size as the wolf. It's a mutant bunny, just go with it, and a beautiful stick tree. I also have down here what I would call decomposers. Now, if you are like me and cannot draw, and you're very thankful that you're not watching me attempt to draw this right now, instead I have a beautiful screen in which I took pictures and added them in, what you're going to do is just write those words: wolf, bunny, tree, and decomposer. Okay? We're going to start in the world of carbon. So we know the process of photosynthesis and cellular respiration. We know photosynthesis takes in and releases oxygen to us, okay? And we take in and release out carbon, okay? What's happening here is you are seeing the world of carbon being cycled all around. Carbon is being cycled around this circle through the process of both photosynthesis and cellular respiration. So that's just kind of the connection there with carbon. What I'm going to show you now is how carbon dioxide is added into the atmosphere and how we can utilize it. So the factories that are there are factories that are adding extra carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, stuff that we don't need, okay? And what's happening is we know that trees use carbon dioxide, okay? And carbon dioxide can be utilized to make oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. So that's what you're seeing right here, the process of photosynthesis. Now, we then use that oxygen in the world of combustion. So the oxygen that is made by trees also gets used by animals, but it also gets used by factories to go through the process of combustion to create more carbon dioxide. Again, combustion releases that carbon dioxide and we have to take it into trees. Now, the natural process of cellular respiration and photosynthesis is linked together in which we balance the carbon dioxide oxygen release, okay? We have trees and oceans that take in a large amount and let them just sit there, but when we have factories added in, it throws off the balance. What we want, though, is oxygen to go into our body through the process of cellular respiration. So an animal can use oxygen and release carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere, which then again we can see here, utilizing oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide. We know trees not only go through photosynthesis, but also cellular respiration. So they too are going to utilize oxygen and release it. We know decomposers are also going through cellular respiration. All organisms on the planet need to make any sort of energy, so they need to go through cellular respiration. I went too far. So this is the combination of the carbon and oxygen cycle. Please make sure that you find a way to draw a legend for yourself so you can see what processes are combustion, what processes are cell resp, and what processes are photosynthesis. Reminding yourself that carbon is being utilized by all animals when we decompose, okay, and break down. Those lovely little decomposers are going to utilize the carbon dioxide and carbon that is made from our body. So please get this down, and I will talk to you soon.